Hello, this is Skylar and Eric with Tri-City Sports Fans. We have a special guest for you guys today. We have the 2017 NHRA Funny Car driver JR Todd with us. Hello, Mr. Todd. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Todd. This is Skylar. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
All right.
What is it like to be the first African American to win an NHRA Top Fuel division?
It was a huge accomplishment for me. I mean, at the time, I was just happy to get my first professional win in the Top Fuel division. I had no idea at the time that I had become the first African American to win in Top Fuel. But looking back, I mean, it was a huge accomplishment, and just showed other minorities, what can be done in our sport. I'm happy to have been the first one to accomplish that.
How big of an honor was it to win the 2006 Rookie of the Year?
I mean, that was huge for me because starting out that 2006 season, we had only planned on running a part-time schedule just because of lack of sponsorship, and I missed, I believe, 5 races that season until a full-time sponsor came on, and we ended up winning 3 national events that year and finished top 10 in points, and ended up beating out Hillary Will for Rookie of the Year. So at the beginning of 2006, I thought we had no shot at it than to be up there, staying on stage at the end of the year, collecting an award. That was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
What is your favorite track?
One of my favorite tracks would probably have to be Pomona in Southern California. It's where we start and finish the season. It's basically the birthplace of drag racing. So it's pretty cool to go out to Southern California at the beginning and the end of the year. It draws in a lot of celebrities and a lot of fans as well.
What do you feel the big difference about racing in Top Fuel and Funny Cars?
The main difference is just the Funny Car is such a shorter wheelbase, and it's heavier in weight, and the body on top of it and the engine, you can't see as well, and at the same time, you got to steer it a lot more than the Top Fuel dragster. Dragster so much longer that if you were to steer it like you do a Funny Car, I mean, you would get yourself in a lot of trouble. So you kind of mess those things, guide them down the track, where a Funny Car requires a lot more steering input and does, so to say, manhandle it all the way down the track. So it requires a lot more attention behind the wheel than the dragster does. It's a lot of fun.
Now, Mr. Todd, this is Eric. I'm going to ask you the remaining questions we have. What was it like to do 332 mile an hour going down the track?
To me, it's the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever experienced. I mean, I don't know much that would compare to it. Maybe taking off in a fighter jet or something like that. But I mean, 332 miles an hour and 1,000 feet in 3.8 seconds. That's the quickest and fastest accelerating cars on the planet. And, like I said, it's quite the adrenaline rush to drive.
We had looked up and noticed that you've raced in motocross and the sprint cars and in HRA. What's the biggest difference between all the divisions in motorsports that you've competed in?
I mean, I've always competed in drag racing. I mean, growing up, I had foils and dirt bike as a kid before I started racing junior dragsters. And as far as sprint cars, I'm just a fan of those. I have a lot of buddies that compete in youth tack and World Outlaw. So I go and watch those guys quite a bit. And I've gone to a sprint car driving school and made some laps with my buddy Richie Krantz. I've never competed actually in sprint cars or motocross. And my dad, he raced dirt track motorcycles when I was a kid. So I'm familiar with all different forms of drag racing. But as far as my racing background, it's strictly been drag racing since I was 10 years old. But I'm definitely a fan of all types of racing.
Okay. Well, Mr. Todd, that's all the questions we have for you today. We greatly appreciate your time with us, and we wish you the best. We wish you the best of the luck in the remainder of the year.
All right, thank you.